Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to today's fall marketing strategy. Now, I know it's a little early to be talking about fall. However, it's coming. All right. Christmas. Christmas is coming too. Gosh, the next couple of months are going to fly by. So I want to take a moment right now and talk about what we're going to do to increase our sales for the next few months, okay? Because once we get into the burr months, everything changes. Okay? So tell me, and you can comment below, do you have a sales goal for 2025? Do you have a sales goal for 2025? And if you're watching this on the replay, I still want you to comment because I want to know, do you just go willy-nilly, or are you someone who will, who has a plan and has something you want to achieve? Okay. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to make sure, because I have to post this in several different spots and I want to just make sure it's live. Let's go here. Here it is. Okay. I got to share a link. So tell me in the comments and we will get started in 1 second. Sales. There it is. That's what I want. And I want there we go. I need to share this. That's what I want. And I want there. I need to share this. All right. All right. So tell me in the comments. Okay. Let me just make sure everybody. Okay. All right. So I have notified everyone. All right. So tell me, yes or no, do you have a sales goal for 2025? All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to talk about when you are trying to build a strategy around a goal, around a sales goal, or the you want to look at what you want to sell and figure out how to sell more, right? Like, and I love using the football analogy because we have the football preseason starting and kids are starting to go back to school, or they might have practices and things like that. And you think when they go to their football games, nobody goes into a game without a plan or without a strategy. Okay. As with any sports. So why would you go into the fall season where we're ending the year? You have your last chance right now to make those goals. Okay. And you need to have a plan. So let's talk about the components of that plan, okay? So first, you have to look at what you're already selling. Because if you want to grow, you have to do more of what is working, okay? So check on your numbers. Check on your numbers since January. What have been your hot destinations? Where have you booked the most? Okay. So go into your CRM and run a report. I know that you can probably just think, oh yeah, I did this, this, and this. Now I want you to run the report, because here's the thing. Sometimes it's hard to look from It's hard to assess from the inside. You need somebody, you need to look from outside for a second because you're in this business, you're working it. You need to check on these numbers to make sure that what you're putting out there is worthy of, you want to make sure that your marketing is lining up with what you're actually selling. Okay. Now, yes, do you want to use your marketing to expose different destinations? Yes. But when you're talking about your strategy, you want to have what you are thinking through, all right, is it more is important, and you have to go off of what you know. Okay. So once you've pulled that report, once you've pulled what is selling, now I want you to think of who is booking what you are wanting to sell more of. Who is it that is reaching out to you? Is it repeat clients? Is it referrals? Is it people who found you in a Facebook group? Is it people who found you on Reels or TikTok? Where are your bookings coming from? Okay. Or more importantly, who is booking? So first you look at the source. Okay. What is working in your marketing world? Okay. And then you want to look at who are those people? Are they parents? Are they multi-generational? Are they couples? Are they people looking to, are they anniversary type celebrations? Are they honeymooners? Okay. So you look at how they're booking, like how they're getting in touch with you. Okay. Are they getting in touch through your email? Are they getting in touch over social media? Are they getting in touch because of a referral, or are they repeat clients? Okay. So that's your channel. And then who are they? Who is it that's reaching out to you? All right. And so looking at my business, I have a lot of either multi-generational repeat clients. Okay. Looking at what I've been booking. And then I'm getting a lot of repeat clients who, are families. Okay. But new for 2025. Okay. This didn't really happen until this year. I'm also getting new leads, new bookings, new people from my Facebook groups that I have. Okay. And so that part of the algorithm is working for me. And I always think, I always say marketing is an ecosystem. If you're speaking to who is going to book what you want to sell more of, your message will be that much clearer. Okay. You have to focus on this person. Okay. So my focuses are on families of, most of them are tweens now. It's so funny. I'm doing a universal quote right now, and the kid is the same age as mine. But that's where I am in my business. I started my business when my son was 1. And now the people that I met back then are growing up. Okay. And so it's very interesting to see how the business evolves. Now, do I also have people getting stroller rentals and things like that with younger kids? Yes, I do. That's the power of referrals. Okay. The people who I'm getting through the groups are mostly, I want to say, family oriented, because that's what my posts are mostly about, or gluten free, which is very specific for a niche. Okay. So, but you need to look at who is doing. So first, what are you selling? What have you sold so far this year? All right. And then who is it that's booking? Because the most important piece of marketing is the person. Okay. You want to be talking with somebody. Marketing is a conversation. Your most important part of this conversation is the person who you are talking to. And then we have to think of what these people who have already booked with you, what would keep them from booking? What do they relate to? And that's what your content needs to center around. That's why you can't plan any content until you know who it is that is booking with you, who is trusting you. Okay. So then we want to attract more people like that. All right. So when your posts speak to them, when they speak to what is relatable to them, like I say my shower cap thing, it's so relatable because people who are moms, and a lot of times it's moms who are making the vacation decisions, they can totally relate to not wanting to get their hair wet on a water ride. Okay. Now, some people are like, oh, yeah, I just have it in a ponytail. But people like me who blow dry I have a certain style. Okay. It hasn't really changed, you know, but that's the style I have. And I sometimes will wear it back, but not usually. And that's just how it is. And then the last part, so you have to determine who they are and what is relatable to them. And then you have to think of the connection points. You have to think of, okay, are they connecting with me through Facebook? Are they connecting with me through Instagram? Are they connecting with me through email? Okay, because marketing is about two things: people and connections. And when you're building your marketing strategy, you have to consider those two things. Okay. And it's not about just checking off a box, it's about connecting and finding that content, finding those hooks, finding those things that get people to watch you or see you or want to follow you. Okay. Nothing is immediate in this business. You have to build up trust and relatability. Okay. So, how do you do that? All right. So how do you do that? Well, this is why you build a strategy. Okay. And the strategy overall focuses on the who and the how. All right. So let's review. You first have to look back at your sales numbers. What are you booking? What destinations? What is going right in your business? What in 2025, what is the big destination? I'm going to tell you, I've never booked so much Universal as I am this year. Thank you, Epic Universe. Okay. But I'm also booking a ton of Disney and Disney cruises and beaches, resorts. Okay. Who's booking that? Well, I'm going to tell you who is booking my beaches vacations: multi-generational families. Okay. So I know when I am, making a post about beaches, resorts, I want to hit that multi-gen nerd. I want to hit those people. I want to connect with those people. And that's where, when I think of my content, how can I connect with those people? What keeps them from booking? What are they worried about? Okay. And that goes into how I connect with them. Are they ones that want to read a post? Do they read an email? Do they like to watch the reels? Okay. And so you use the person, okay, as the basis for your strategy, because you need to connect with them. Okay. Marketing is connection. And then that connection builds up trust over the year. I'm going to tell you, over the years, okay, you might get somebody who starts following you and they might not book for another 2 years. Okay. But that's okay. That's part of the process. Okay. That's part of it. And if you are connecting, if you're relatable, people will eventually book their trip with you. Not everybody on the internet is ready to book a trip today. But if they keep seeing your quality content, when they're ready, you might be the person they've reached out to. There's a lot of other agents too. So you have to think about how you can be unique and relatable. So I do want to tell you that next week, I am teaching you how to do this. Okay. And it's my Stop Missing Out on Sales challenge. Now, if you've done this challenge before, it is different this year because guess what? Marketing has changed. Well, marketing hasn't changed as far as the people and the connection. However, the algorithms for social media have. So this year, we are doing a challenge that is centered around two things. We are centered around building trust with your ideal audience, and then how to handle a new lead. Okay. When your marketing works, what to do so you don't lose them. Okay. So what we're going to do is the basis of these trainings, and they're quick and easy trainings. This is not some big long course. Okay. This is a quick, I want you to see results in a few days. All right. So training 1, we're going to talk about your ideal audience and how to catch their attention. All right. And how to customize a hook, which is the first couple words of a post, to match your ideal audience. Okay. So that's day 1. That's next Wednesday. This is starting next Wednesday. And you will have replays and all that kind of stuff. And then how to use the app edits to create reels with photos and videos. Okay. there's a huge advantage if you use edits to create reels. So I'm going to teach you how to do it, because how to use it, or how I use it. Okay. Because it's rather new. So there's no, I mean, I don't consider myself an expert, but I use it frequently. I use it many times a week. So I have a comfort level that I want to share with you. My specialty in teaching is teaching you step by step the things I do in my business so that you can do them in yours. And then the last one is the sales training, where we're going to talk about the things to do when you first get a lead so you don't lose them, because you're doing all this hard work on marketing. I don't want you to lose your leads. Okay. And we also have a replay extension. You'll have until September 5th to watch the class replays. All right. So you will have ample time to watch these trainings. That means you get 3 trainings, the replay extension, and all the step-by-step PDFs for $29. Okay. This is, I know I should probably charge more, but I want you to come and join me, because these are so critical for hitting the rest of your sales goals. You need to be able to talk with your ideal audience. You need to be able to create reels, basically. If you're using social media, if you're using Facebook or Instagram, edits is your best friend, and I want you to feel confident using it. Okay. And then finally, I don't want all your hard marketing work to go to waste and lose a lead. If you've finally gotten that trust and someone reaches out to you, I don't want you to miss out on that. I want you to get that sale. So $29, we're going to tackle these 3 things. Okay. And so the link is here, marketingmadeeasyfortravelagents.com/sales25, or you can just scan the QR code. All right. And I'll also put the link in the comments, and then, and sign up so registration closes in a week. But guys, don't be like me. I'm always like, well, I'll sign up for something. I'll do it eventually, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But just sign up. It's $29. Okay. It's not going to, I made the price approachable because I want you to learn these skills, especially if you are someone in the first couple of years of your business. But even if you're not, and you're not sure about this edits app or how to do a reel, you come and join me and you'll feel confident after day 2 of our workshop. Okay. And this is what I do. I love helping agents build their business. I love teaching step by step. That is my specialty. And I'm inviting you to join in with me and work with me next week. Okay. And like I said, you'll have the replays until September 5th. And so you do have time. If you can't come to the classes live, that's okay. And the classes aren't long. They're 20 minutes. All right. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I plan on going live again this week. I don't know exactly when, because there's a lot of things going on here. So I want to plan ahead, but I can't, because something will usually happen. And I need to then change it. So I knew I could do noon today. So that's why we're doing this one. But I wanted to do noon again tomorrow. And then I realized, oh no, my son has a haircut appointment. And then, so I will send an email when I'm going to go live again. All right. Because I have one more lesson to teach this week, I want to show you my analytics from social media and show you what's been working for me. And I want to do that this week. And if not, I just might record it and then send it out. Who knows? All right, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.